A warm welcome to Anuradha Vedic Astrology. Today we are going to talk about transit of Rahu in Pisces. But essentially we need to look about as to what the entire gamut of Pisces, Revati and Rahu consists of. Before we begin, a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing and subscribing to our YouTube and Spotify channels and writing in your comments and suggestions there. If you have not subscribed to us, please do, and do remember to press the bell icon so that you can get the updates ASAP. When we talk about Rahu, I have always maintained and believed that this is one of the planets that is capable of giving immense material success. Rahu is a planet that also shows a lot of suddenness, and it also shows attachment. The material attachment that one has comes from this planet of Rahu. Now, since we are talking about Pisces, it's the 12th sign of the natural zodiac. It's a watery sign. It's very emotional. It's very loving. It's compassionate, and one of its lessons that it imparts to all is that of letting go. Look at the differences in the Karakatvas. Rahu is material success, spiritual growth is what Pisces says. Rahu is attachment, Pisces says learn to let go. Rahu is all about himself, Pisces is Vasudeva Kutumb, all about others. So Rahu and Pisces, do they gel together? In one word, no, because Rahu feels uncomfortable with such glaring disparities in the Karakas. And Rahu, when transits or when placed in this sign, has certain lessons to learn. It has to learn to let go. It has to learn, according to the house that it is placed in, what to do and what not to do. For example, when we talk about Osho, we would realize that Rajneesh Osho has his Rahu in the 11th house of Pisces, but 11th house is all about attachments. It's so much that Rahu energy that we know of. And he did he have attachments? Well, he said that his students wanted him to, and big organizations, his students wanted him to have a fleet of 108 Mercedes. So that Pisces and 11th house were also not gelling, and that brought about his downfall. Rahu has to learn to let go. Rahu has to learn to become soft and compassionate. It can hold its own identity, but it will definitely get a very bigger scale. As per Bipin Bihari, he does say that Rahu teaches us spirituality through materialism, and this is exactly what Rahu in the sign of Pisces is capable of doing for each and every one of us. Now let's talk about the recent transit, when Rahu transits through Revati. Before we go there, we can also check out what kind of results that it will give in for all the lagnas when Rahu is moving through the sign of Pisces. I will go into deep details if you want me to. So it's very important that all of you write in your suggestions, write in your comments if you want me to talk about the transit of Rahu in the sign of Pisces for all lagnas. When we look into Revati, Revati is a compassionate guide. Revati is highly skilled, and Revati has the ability to take people across the mundane into a very high level. Revati also has the ability to deliver a lot of wealth. We find a lot of connection between Rahu and Revati here, because the international success that one wants comes in this, falls in this category. Rahu is all about different people, different from you in terms of caste, in terms of provision, in terms of area that you abide by. So, and Revati with its expanse, with its ability to take people across their genre into another genre, gives us that elusive success and that name and fame one is looking for. One point is common here. And the second point is that wealth, that material success that we are looking forward for. Revati has the capability to give. But we also need to remember that Rahu is all about learnings. Rahu is the Karak that brings in our past life associations into this lifetime. So, the skill development that Revati has, Rahu needs to learn. Rahu also needs to learn to be different in its presentation that it has been doing so far, because Revati is all about teaching, Revati is all about guiding, and Rahu is all about being different. This nakshatra teaches one to be compassionate. Rahu is dot on. Rahu, if anything, can be very fierce, can be very unapologetic, and Revati is very subdued. The nakshatra being bigger than the planet, more encompassing, gives Rahu the opportunity and wants Rahu to learn how to be giving, how to be more compassionate. And when one learns these things, then the person will be able to grow bigger, grow better. Now, when we talk about different lagnas, Rahu moving into Revati for different lagnas will have a different connotation, because the houses will differ. The planet and the nakshatra will remain same, but as the houses differ, the need to learn with compassion and with skill what is also going to differ. For example, if you are a Capricorn lagna, then it falls in your third house. The need to talk to friends, the need to skill build on your hobbies is now something that you need to learn, and you need to put it into good use. Rahu says that there is an ability to learn, but you might just let go of it ASAP. Don't do that. Show some substance, stick on to that area and learn the art thoroughly before you move on to something next. You also need to have that skills of the third house to speak properly, be it in an interview or for that matter, because Rahu also looks into your 11th house of gains here. So, for that matter, if you want to move into a big circle of friends or not even on a personal level, so that you don't offend your friends. When we talk about the same Rahu for Aries Lagna, in that case, it's in your 12th house. So, what is it that you have to learn? Rahu is also looking into your 8th house and your 4th house, all connecting the houses of Adhyatma. And Rahu in the 12th house looking into the 8th house gives you an ability to move, to do research. 8th house is also research, and Rahu has an orientation of digging deep into things. That skill of doing a new research, moving into a territory that is unknown and gaining out of it, because 8th house is sudden gains, will also give you lot of name and fame, because Rahu, as I told you, moving over Revati and the 12th house of the natural zodiac, does have an ability to give you name and fame. But you need to be careful with whom you associate, because Rahu in the 12th house can also bring in certain unpleasantness that we can all avoid. Now, let's look into in the chart for people, say Leo Lagna. That's moving into your 8th house, and the 8th house Rahu can be very turbulent. 8th house is not one of those houses that one can be very happy about. So, and this 8th house is also the house where one learns about finances, when one learns about devotion, and it is a time that before making any investments to get gains that are unearned, you need to be very skilled. You need to make those investments properly, and you need to be very objective in your spending, because Rahu is also looking at your 12th house. When you are able to do that, your gains will be good. But before you make such investments, you need to be very thorough with your learning, because Revati is all about learning and Rahu is all about learning too. Learning from Revati, learning things that Revati wants to teach you. There's one gentleman whose chart you would find very interesting with Rahu in Revati in Pisces, and that is B.V. Ramanji. B.V. Ramanji set the foundation of Bharatiya Jyotish, Vedang Jyotish across the globe. Till B.V. Ramanji bought it on the outer skirts, bought it out right from the heart of the Jyotish community in India, to others it was a well hidden, well practiced science. So Rahu for him is in Pisces in Revati Nakshatra. He taught, he wrote and he conveyed the entire thing the world over. His books have been a guide to many, even years after his passing away. The guiding factor, the teaching factor and the unraveling factor of Rahu, we see all of it working with compassion for B.V. Ramanji. I also said that Pisces and Revati can give immense wealth, name and recognition. If you see, his ability to convert the knowledge for others to use also brought him a lot of wealth and international success. This ways, when we add the nakshatra, when we add the house and we add the planet, we are able to divulge so much and get so much of it out for each and every lagna. If you are interested to learn for every lagna how it is going to work out for us, because I have worked on Capricorn, Aquarius, Leo and Aries. If you are interested to know about more the other 8 lagnas, do write in your suggestions. Till we meet with you again, stay safe. Thank you.